First chakra, Red Cube and Oak Tree Meditation from Author of Britain, Universal Archetype for Healthy Chakra Development. In a safe place, free of interruptions, take a few moments to settle yourself comfortably, perhaps moving your body until you find the position that feels the best for you, keeping your head, neck, and trunk in a straight line to allow the energy to flow freely. Breathing deeply now, feel the gentle rise and fall of your abdomen as you breathe in and out. Deep, deep breath in and out. One more time now. Deep breath in and out. And now relax your breathing, just allowing your body to breathe itself. Raise the shield of light from below, filling and surrounding your body with light, creating a protected space. Bring down the shield of light from above, balancing and blessing each of your chakras. Sahasrara at the crown, Ajna at the third eye, Visuddha at the throat, Anahata at the heart, Manipura at the solar plexus, Svadhisthana just below your navel, and Muladhara at the base of your spine. And now breathing into your inner light at the heart center, expanding your inner light to fill your body and your energy field, so that you are now filled and surrounded by the triple shield of light, from below, from above, and from within, grounded in physical reality, with an open and clear connection to Source, honoring the light within. Imagine now that you are walking through an ancient forest. It is springtime, and the signs of new growth and reawakened life are all around you. Each step takes you deeper and deeper within, and as you walk on the carpet of last year's fallen leaves, you can perhaps imagine hearing the swishing sound that your feet make. The trees are haloed in fresh, yellowish green, and here and there fresh green shoots are peeking through, a fiddlehead fern perhaps, and splashes of color, wild irises, crocuses, and forget-me-nots. You walk, each step taking you deeper and deeper into relaxation, surrounded by huge ancient trees, listening to the breeze as it rustles through the treetops, the sound of birds singing. Perhaps in the distance there is a stream, and you can hear the sound of the water as it gurgles and flows over rocks. The trees all around you have been here for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years, and they carry the wisdom of the ages. Their roots reach deep into the earth beneath your feet, an intricate, intertwining web that reaches deep into the earth. And above you, the branches reach high into the sky, and they too intertwine. As you walk, notice whether your feet make any sound. Notice how the sunlight shining down through the branches makes patterns of light on the forest floor. The air smells fresh and clean, and you breathe deeply, easily, grateful for the life-giving oxygen that is the gift of the plant life all around you. As you walk through this ancient forest, you find yourself drawn to one particular tree, an ancient oak tree. It is immense, its trunk perhaps 9 or 10 feet in diameter, and as you get closer, the details of its bark become clear. Notice the texture of the bark and whether the tree is straight and tall or weathered and crooked. Perhaps lightning has damaged it, and you can see where the bark has grown over and around the wound. Perhaps some of its branches have fallen in winter storms, and yet the tree itself is healthy, strong and whole. Notice the pattern of its leaves. Ask the tree if you can touch it, and if you sense its agreement, touch the bark with both palms and feel the rough texture. Run your palms over the exposed roots. Perhaps there is soft, velvety moss growing in the spaces between them. Perhaps you would like to sit in the hollow of the roots and lean against the tree. After birth, before the developing soul has any sense of time or awareness of physical separation, we receive the imprint of the surrounding environment, and we form beliefs and opinions about the nature of physical reality. We have as yet no mechanism for selection or defense. We take in all the stimuli that come within our range, and we form pre-verbal, pre-cognitive conclusions about the dimension we have entered, whether it is safe or not, whether we belong or not, whether we have the right to be here or not. The fundamental challenge of the root chakra is survival. The instinct to survive is rooted in the oldest part of the brain. When this instinct is satisfied, we are not even aware of it. But when survival is threatened, it dominates our consciousness. Muladhara means root, and the root chakra at the base of the spine roots us to the earth, to physical reality. Earth is the element that corresponds to this chakra, and its blessings are stability and strength and a sense of safety. When the first chakra is healthy and whole, we can feel safe and secure. We have a strong foundation and the stability to know that we have the resources to face and survive whatever confronts us. When there are wounds at the first chakra, we may be plagued with issues connected with survival, health, money, shelter, job problems. We may find that our basic right to feel safe in the world eludes us, even when there are no real threats to our survival. Focus your attention now on the Muladhara chakra at the base of your spine. The symbol of the root chakra is a cube, and its color is red. Imagine yourself within a cube of red light, and with the intention of exploring the health and balance of your first chakra, begin to explore this cube. You may experience flashes of memory. If these become uncomfortable, you can move your consciousness outside the cube and examine it from a distance that is comfortable for you. When our survival is threatened, fear protects us by heightening our awareness and focusing our attention on the here and now. Fear stimulates the fight or flight response that prepares us for action. When the first chakra is wounded, fear can work against us by making us hypervigilant, restless, and anxious. We may lose energy to this fear and be unable to evaluate a threat realistically. As you explore the red cube of the first chakra, if you should find fear, take a moment to breathe and to detach your consciousness from the fear. If your fear had a shape, what shape would it be? If it had a color, what color would it be? What size is it? Examine it from all angles with no judgment or blame, from a place of detachment. Allow yourself to be curious about this fear. And now imagine that the fear image has a voice. Tell it that you want to understand it and ask if it is willing to communicate with you. It may take a while for the image to trust you enough to be willing to communicate. Be patient. As you demonstrate your consistent and sincere desire to get to know this fear image, it will communicate. And when it does, simply listen with detachment, with curiosity. We heal and strengthen the first chakra, not by learning to live with fear, but by working through it. And to do that, it can help to understand it. You can ask the fear, where did it come from? How did it serve you? Consider how you feel in its presence. Consider whether the origin of the fear is still a factor in your life, or if it can now be released. File away the answers to these questions so that you can consider them again at some future time, and explore how this information can change your behavioral and emotional responses. Consider the mighty oak tree that is supporting you. Its roots reach deep into the earth, giving it stability and strength, and drawing nourishment to feed its trunk and branches and leaves. In the same way, our connection to the earth through the root chakra keeps us grounded, stable, and safe. Without grounding, like a tree with no roots, we are unstable and vulnerable to extremes of emotion. As you continue to explore the cube of red light, allow your intention to be focused on the here and now, and the ways in which the condition of the first chakra is manifesting in your life. In your physical health, for example, or in the way in which you nourish your body and take care of yourself physically. The health of the first chakra can be apparent in the conditions of your living space or your car. How well are you meeting your needs for food and shelter and for the freedom to grow beyond survival consciousness? The oak is deeply connected to the heritage of King Arthur. It represented the very essence of the earth and the ancient spiritual link between the High King and the land. Old oaks were venerated by the Druids, and indeed the term Druid is believed to come from the Gaelic word for oak. The ancient Druids held their sacred ceremonies in mighty oak groves. And in the Celtic tree alphabet, the oak is given the word dwyer, which comes from the Gaelic word meaning door. It is the symbolic door to inner strength and spiritual power. The oak leads the way to truth, to vision and understanding. For generations upon generations, people have gone to sit beneath the mighty oak to gain strength and spiritual renewal. Within the energy field of the oak, the outside world can be forgotten and the inner world come back into perspective. The oak can help us to gain new understanding and vision from our experiences, which brings the strength and courage to face whatever life offers. The presence of the oak helps to restore our faith in ourselves. If it feels right to you, ask the tree if it will allow you to experience what it feels like to be a tree. And allow yourself to be enveloped into the tree. Imagine that you can feel, reaching down from your toes, strong roots reaching deep into the earth, and branching off from the main roots, ever smaller and smaller roots, reaching into the crevices of the earth, around rocks and stones, seeking out moisture and nutrients. Each filament of root covered with microscopic root hairs, sensitive, of brilliant design, and sure of their purpose. Your roots provide a strong and stable foundation for your trunk and branches, spreading and interlocking with the roots of other trees, so that it is impossible to tell from down here which roots belong to you and which to other trees. The roots symbolize the wisdom of the past, the wisdom of the ancestors passed down to us in song and story, the wisdom of the world's cultures available to us in libraries and on the internet, your own wisdom, patiently and sometimes painfully learned, all the knowledge of the ages, that too is part of your foundation. Take your attention now to your trunk, tall and strong, firmly planted in the ground, yet able to move and bend in the wind. Be aware of the sap flowing through your intricate circulatory system, bringing nourishment to every cell. Be aware of the hard, rugged bark that protects you from harm and keeps you stable, upright, and proud. The trunk represents the present, the life you are living now from moment to moment, your place in the world. Imagine now that within the tree, you raise your arms high up above your head and reach for the sky. And imagine that from your fingertips sprout branches in progressively smaller sizes. And from each branch and twig sprout leaves that turn their faces to the sun, absorbing sunlight, and through the mystical process of photosynthesis, converting sunlight into nourishment to feed every part of your being. Your leaves inhale sunlight and exhale the oxygen that supports the animal life of the planet. A similar process in the subtle bodies takes the power of spirit, and through the mystical processes of the energy centers called chakras, converts the vibration of that energy into the appropriate rate for physical growth and healing, for movement, for emotional expression, for thought. Imagine that you can feel the warmth of the sun on your leaves, and a tingling perhaps as this conversion takes place. Imagine that you can feel the intimate yet gentle touch of leaves belonging to other trees. The branches symbolize your future, the life yet to come, pregnant with promise. Imagine now the strand of light connecting the root chakra with the center of the earth. And just as you are rooted to the earth, you are also connected to spirit, to the source, and you can access unlimited resources to help you heal any wounds you may have found at the first chakra. You can ask for guidance and direction that is in truth already there within you. Relax now into the knowing that you have within you all the resources you need to meet any challenge and to deal successfully with whatever your daily life presents to you. You can choose to explore any part of the tree. You may choose to spend more time among the roots, or in the trunk, or high in the branches. And when you are ready, thank the tree for sharing its experience and wisdom with you, and bring your consciousness gently back into the outer world, bringing with you any insights or wisdom that you have gained, bringing a sense of inner peace and harmony, and spend some time writing about your experience in your quest journal.